So with WrestleMania week officially in the books, trying to recap night 1, night 2, and the Raw at the Mania just wasn't going to be possible alone. So I had to enlist some help by calling upon a longtime friend who, even more helpful, is a longtime fan of WWE. Miss Wrestling Babes is going to be hanging out with us to talk some of our favorite spots and moments from the entire Mania week. And look, no, we didn't cover the entirety of each show, alright? So please, get in the comments and let us know what were some of your favorite spots from Mania 41 or Monday Night Raw that we missed. Grab your munchies, grab your veggies, and your bottle openers, because it's time for a fave. No, wait, that's the wrong video series. Don't worry about it.
So let's talk about Jey Uso being the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, it's 4 letters and 1 word. Yeet.
Okay, yes, we're excited.
Hey, I'm so proud of Jey Uso. And we saw everything that everybody was saying online, started doubting him, started doubting if he gonna bring sales to WrestleMania, if he gonna be a draw for any of the shows after the fact. Hey, let Big Uso do his thing.
Personally, I love stories like this where you can see like the start of somebody's career, whether they're, a Nepo baby or they're doing ring security or whatever, and you kind of see them work their way up through the ladder of the company, and they get to the end all be all, the pinnacle. You either get the heavyweight championship or the undisputed championship.
And let us not forget all the elevation that Jey showed during the Bloodline storyline. Some would argue that saga is truly about him and not even about Roman Reigns.
So I thought that was really great to see. Loved his entrance. I think there's just so much good hype around him now, and I think that them capitalizing on that was a smart move.
Jey's worked his ass off for the better part of a decade. His peers believe in him, his bosses believe in him, us fans believe in him.
So yes, I'm excited to see what his title reign is going to be like. And honestly, as long as he comes to work and is like working, I'm excited for that, because if you're not here to entertain us, then why are you here? Why are you here? So very excited. Congratulations to Jey. What time is it? It's still Tiffy time. Okay, still Tiffy time. I'm honestly glad that she retained.
Again, preaching to the choir with this one. I did not want to see Charlotte Flair win another championship, and virtually out of nowhere, to be honest.
I feel like the build up between her and Charlotte, like it was, it was there. It kind of ebbed and flowed a little bit, so it wasn't like, massive hype.
In the way that this storyline has just been going with the half shoot, half story, it's just been a little bit muddy, a little bit confusing, and it hasn't really been that fun. At least not the type of fun that any of us were expecting, and I don't think the type of fun that either one of them were expecting.
But it also was just like enough. But I'm glad that she retained. I think it would have been a little played out, honestly, if they put the belt back on Charlotte, just because that's what everybody would have honestly expected because of Charlotte. So them keeping the belt on Tiffany, I think that was a good idea.
So it's kind of good to just nip this one in the bud, let it go. It was a decent match, good crowd reaction, so let's just move on to the next program.
I like where Tiffany could go, you know what I'm saying? She's good, she's still young, she still, can do a little work like on her promos and stuff, but they're not like terrible. So it was good to see. I loved her entrance. Her entrance was so cute. The buff Barbie theme. Ugh. I was a Barbie girl when I was younger, so that was really cute to see. So I'm really glad that she's still the champion, and I would love to see like where they take this next chapter of her title reign as far as like opponents and all that kind of stuff. Like, give us a story, because we love that.
And like you said, let's get some story going for Tiff, and let's get some story going for Queen Charlotte as well. There's other stuff out there for her to do. She's been running the game for so long. She got beef with every woman in the locker room. Pretty sure somebody will find her for a fade. So I think this might be the only one that we didn't agree on.
Let's talk about the triple threat match.
Because of course, I'm going to always have to go with the tribal chief, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
Okay, first, let me start by saying I am an advocate for Seth Rollins' outfits. I love them down. If you see in my bio, it says, "In Seth's outfits we trust," and I live by that. I stand by that.
I'm gonna acknowledge the Big Oos anytime we get the chance. He pretty much started this channel.
CM winning, Roman winning,
I can be honest enough to say that you're right. In storyline, it wouldn't really have made any sense.
I'm glad that he won. Honestly, I think it should have been him anyway.
The architect is back to work. The visionary is painting pictures.
You know, so it made sense. It made sense. But the real star is Paul Heyman. The real star is Paul Heyman. Give him every award possible for Best Supporting Actor through this entire saga because he is doing his job very well. Okay, he's such an integral part in this. He really is the glue. So I'm excited to see where he goes, where Seth goes.
Not 100% sure what his plan is. Is he going for Jey Uso in the World Heavyweight Championship? Is he going to try to squabble John Cena? Because we know Randy Orton's on that.
Even Braun Breaker after seeing Raw after WrestleMania because...
And yeah, with Braun Breaker joining the team, where do Punk and Reigns even fall into this? Are they now teaming up together to take on the common enemy? Are they still going to continue to beat the crap out of each other?
Me personally, I just don't I don't put the pieces together like that as well as some other people do. So when I see things, I'm like, oh, okay, that's where y'all got this from. Because me, I just be watching a lot, like strictly for entertainment. So like, I might pay a little more attention now, but now I'm like, I'm really trying to piece these puzzles together.
There's so many different directions that this can go. It's kind of amazing how WWE is taking WrestleMania from like a story ender to more of a story starter. We on to the next chapter now.
So, the visionary, the angel that saved WWE. I love it. I'm here for it. So, Io retaining the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I'm not gonna lie. I really was hoping that it would be Bianca.
We share disappointment when it comes to this one. While I have been very vocal that I do think Io Sky is probably the coldest female performer, if not performer in general, in the ring right now on the roster, Bianca Belair will always be my favorite female superstar. She is my EST.
Maybe I'm biased, I don't know. That's not to say that I don't like Io. Like, I think Io is an amazing wrestler. She is great in the ring. But, you know, personally, I was pulling just a little more for Bianca. So, you know, that was a little disappointing.
I'm always go for B in every match that she's in, whether she's the baby face, the heel, whether she's shooting the ones or it's a 20v1. It doesn't matter. My money's on Bianca Belair.
But I'm glad that she, you know, retained her championship and was able to prove, like, even you could put me against Bianca, you could put me against Rhea, you could put me against both of them at the same time, and I'm still gonna shine. I'm still gonna come out on top. They don't call me Genius of the Sky for nothing.
I'm very proud of Io. She did prove a point. The company already knows this, and I think it was something that was needing to be proved to the fans.
And let me tell you, that was the best match of the night. Okay, best match. Hands down, no debate. They did amazing.
And you could just hear by the crowd reaction that her in-ring work is breaking all language barriers, cultural barriers, and everything else in between.
So kudos to Io. Kudos to Io.
Funny enough, this one I was actually prepared for.
Honestly, I wasn't surprised that Dirty Dom won the Intercontinental Championship. I was more surprised that I wasn't upset that he won.
I felt like Braun Breaker had done what he could do with the IC title.
Like, I was like, okay, you know, congratulations to you, Dirty Dom. Congratulations. To me, it would have been between him and Penta.
Penta has been absolutely amazing since he's hit the WWE roster. He was doing this thing well before that, so he's already a legendary luchador. He's been showing off, but I don't think it was time for him to grab the title just yet. I think I want to see Penta in a full-blown storyline just so we can fully start to embrace his character outside of the in-ring work.
Like, Finn, it was Braun retaining. I didn't really see that because I don't know, I just didn't feel like he was gonna retain it, and plus it also feels like they're trying to push him into, you know, the bigger title scene. So who better to have as the Intercontinental Champion than either Dominic or Penta? Pence has had a really good run thus far, so yeah. But Dirty Dom winning, I'm not mad at that. Like I'm okay with that. I'll take it. I accept that. Yeah, congrats to him.
For Dom to come out the winner over Finn, I think it bleeds into that back and forth of will they, won't they with the Judgment Day.
As far as Becky returning, she really thought that she was slick by having that little clip from her comedy show drop, how she was saying like, oh, I don't wrestle anymore. I'm not really going to do that for, some time.
So I see where you're coming from with that one, because I definitely had a feeling that Becky was going to make her way back by WrestleMania as well.
She really thought that was slick because any other time, she's been gone for like a year, and we haven't really heard nothing about what she got going on other than her doing the book tour and, being at home, being a mom, which is great. But, all of a sudden, the week before WrestleMania, this clip is dropping, how you're not wrestling anymore. And as soon as Baby gets hurt, I was like, I know Becky's coming back, because it just makes sense. Because who really gets hurt before WrestleMania other than Rey Mysterio? So,
but I definitely wasn't expecting them to win the tag team championships off the bat like that, especially the way the Judgment Day been rocking together. However, after what happened on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, it does all make sense.
I like Becky. I'm glad that she's back, especially now she's in a heel role, so I'm interested to see where this is gonna go, especially with Lyra being like her mentee and all that kind of stuff.
I'm definitely interested to see exactly where Becky Lynch is going to go with this heel character, but I also think it does open up the doors for Lyra Valkyria, because while her in-ring work has been great, we haven't really got to know much about her as a character or as a person, so this is going to be a real cool chance for some character development on both sides, and I think mentor versus mentee, or whatever you want to call it, I think that's going to be an easy storyline for both of them to sink their teeth into.
I'm here for it. Listen, I'm for all the surprises. Give me what you got. I'm going to watch it regardless. I might huff and puff a little bit at home, maybe a little bit on the internet, but for the most part, it was cool. It was nice to have her back. So, welcome back, Becky Lynch. Let's see where this goes, girl.
Shout out to Cody Rhodes. It's all love for the American Nightmare. But it was definitely time for John Cena to break that record and gain his 17th World Championship.
Cody versus John. First of all, the entrances were... I wasn't expecting much, so we're just going to go with that. But what did he say on Raw last night? He said, never seen 17. John, you ate that. You ate that. That was a bar.
I was 100% going for Cena. I had my Cena merch on during WrestleMania Night 2. And I had a Cena shirt on in the gym the next morning. So I'm super happy about it. He's in my top 5 greatest of all time.
I'm so glad that he won his 17th title during his retirement run. Like, oh my gosh. Still breaks my heart that he's leaving us. I know good things don't last forever, but I'm trying not to think about it, but every time I do, I'm just my chest gets tight. But the pain subsides because I know that my favorite is a champion again.
And this new heel character that he's been running has been absolutely phenomenal. He's been ripping the crowd, ripping people on the mic, and him and Cody went and ripped it in the ring.
And unfortunately gonna ruin wrestling however he sees fit, but it's okay. He don't have to keep the belt for long. He just had to get to 17.
Travis Scott did kind of throw me off. I get why he was there because of the story or whatever, but I mean, it's John Cena, bro. He could have done it by himself, but it does lean into the character more and lean into what he's trying to do with the final boss. I do want to see where that narrative leans into and where they finally bring that.
He got to 17 now, so now we can build whatever story, whoever gets the belt, we can go with that. But never seen 17, I'll take it. I will take it.
Hey, if you've been watching this long, I'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with us. And I also like to send a very special thanks to the amazing and beautiful Miss Wrestling Babes for helping us out with this one.
Thank you so much for having me. In the meantime, y'all can find me on Instagram and Threads at WrestleBabes. A little more interactive on Threads. So let's chat, let's discuss, let's debrief. But please keep it cute. Otherwise, you're getting blocked. So, yeah.
Y'all make sure to tap in with her and check out her content. We'll have her links and stuff down in the description below. And like she said, y'all remember to keep it cute. You know, over here we keep it gangster. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been your boy, the Cruiserweight Cuzzo, Tracy Tyson. And this is the channel where wrestling meets the culture.
Bye.
Yeet!